Okay, today's lesson is 2.1, talking about imperial lengths of measurement. Okay, so the words you're going to hear are inch, foot, yard, and mile. So let's look at a visual of what that could be. Okay, so you can see on my visual here I drew two little yellow lines. That on this is an inch. You can see that there's three different colors here. Each color represents a foot of length. Now, if you add up the blue, the yellow, and the red, that's 3 feet. That measurement is how long 1 yard is. Okay, so let's make some comparables here. What in real life could you think of that would be a measurement that would be an inch? So I thought about maybe a big toe would be about 1 inch long. A foot of measurement, if you want a visual of it, if you look down to the floor tiles at school, they are 1 foot wide. A yard, if you hold out your arm to the side, the span of that, just one side, would be about 1 yard. And a mile, so if you're driving down the road and you see a gravel road and then another gravel road, those are usually 1 mile apart. Okay, so let's think now on how to convert some of these things. So how many inches are in 1 yard? So I'm going to look up here. I know 1 yard is 3 feet. So I'm going to times it by 3. So now I'm in 3 feet. So if I'm in feet, I go back up here, feet to inches. Now I have to times that by 12. So a total is 36 inches. Okay, how many feet are in 1 mile? So I go up here, 1 mile is 1760 yards. So I times it by 1760. Now I go back up, yards to feet, I have to times by 3. So I times by 3 and my total is 5,280 feet. Okay, the next one on the bottom. Colin is 5'11". How many inches tall is he? Okay, so we cannot do this as one because feet and inches are separate measurements. So I have to take this 5 and consider it as 5 feet. So I'm going to go up to the top and I'm feet and I want to go to inches. So I'm going to times that by 12. So 5 times 12 is 60. Then I have to consider the 11 inches as an additional. So I add 11 and his total is 71 inches. Okay, so what if we start in inches and go backwards? So Sarah's 62 inches tall. What's her height in feet and inches? So I'm in inches. Now I want to go to feet. So now I have to divide by 12. So I'm going to show you this. 62 divided by 12 is 5 point something 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 something. So she is only 5 foot and then something inches. Okay, so I'm going to show you 2 ways from here. So 62 divided by 12 is 5 feet and something inches. So here's one thing you can do. You could take that 5 off because we considered it. Now, this many feet is how many inches? So feet to inches, I could times that by 12 and I get 2 inches. Okay, here's the other way to consider doing this. I knew, consider this 5 feet. 5 times 12 was 60 inches. So now I just ask myself, from 60 inches, how much were left over on top of that? And that answer would be 2. So from 60 to 62 inches, there would be 2 inches left. Okay, next page. So this is a ruler. I just want to talk about how to measure with inches. So let's consider from 1 to 2 inch. Okay, there are 16 line markers between. Okay, so every single line that you would see is a 16th. Every second line you see would be considered an 1/8. Okay, so those are 1/8. Every fourth line you consider to be quarters. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you would see every second line would be halves. Okay, I like to think of it as like mama bear, papa bear, baby bear. Okay, so 16ths would be considering the really small ones. 1/8 would be considering the mama bear, and quarters would be considered papa bears. I hope that you would have enough knowledge about halves to see what that would look like. So what if I go here? What is that measurement? This line right here. So it would be an 1/8. It'd be a mama bear. So I'm going to count every second line. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5/8. So 2 and 5/8. What if I do this measurement right here? That is a baby bear. So that's a 16th. I'm not going to waste my time going up when I know this is 16/16 and I'm one less. So that's 3 and 15/16 of an inch. Okay, let's do one more. What if I do this line right? Nope, let's go. Okay, 1 second, sweetie. I'll go right here. So now I'm at a papa bear, so that's quarters. So my visual is 1, 2, 3 quarters. So that would be a measurement of 3 3/4 of an inch. Okay, last question here. Sandy built a staircase with 8 steps. Each step was 7 1/4 inches high. So what's the height of the staircase? So we're going to convert this to 7.25. So a quarter is 0.25. Then each step, we have 8 steps. So we're going to multiply that by 8. And your final answer is 58 inches for that. But it asked us for feet and inches. So to go from inches to feet, we have to divide by 12. Okay, so that leaves us with 4 feet and something. Okay, well, the 4 feet times 12 was 48 of those inches. So 58 of those inches means that I have 10 inches on top of that. Okay, that is lesson 2.1, imperial measurements.